Hello and welcome back to the Empowerment channel. I'm Chloe Lauer, your host and guide, here to offer you a channel drawing and tarot reading. This drawing is called Mother. I've been exploring, well, just started with this drawing, archetypes. So this is exploring the mother archetype. It's interesting because in my head, I saw like overlapping clouds, but the way that it ended up coming out, it feels a little more like flowers. But anyway, that was feeling a lot of comfort and nurturing through these shapes here. So that is the drawing for today, and let's look at the cards. Let's go back to our golden tarot cards. Oh, by the way, this is a pendulum, so one can ask the pendulum questions, like yes or no questions, and then it'll turn either in a clockwise, right now it's going counterclockwise. That's a no. And then a yes is clockwise, like that. Anyway, you can make one out of any necklace. This is a necklace that my mom gave me, and I'm using it as a pendulum. So that's very special. Speaking of mothers and the mother archetype. So what are the energies in the collective right now that can support us as we access our own inner mother? I was speaking with archetypes this morning with my housemate, and she reminded me that we have all the archetypes at all times, even though we may be expressing one or another more fully in a phase of our lives or chapter or even a day, but we're always both, you know, crone and mother and maiden. Even if we don't have children of our own, we still have the mother archetype. Oh, there we go. Here's a queen, the Queen of Swords. What other are the other energies around this mother archetype? Another, the One of Swords in reverse. And one more energy. Ah, the Eight of Cups. Off into far lands on an adventure. And let's get some clarifying cards for these three. So we have, I think this is the Hermit in reverse, clarifying the Queen of Swords. We have the Three of Pentacles, clarifying One of Swords, and the Knave of Cups, clarifying the Eight of Cups. Okay. All right, so this queen, she's very confident. She knows where her place is in the world. She's expressing herself by, it looks like she's in the middle of saying something. Her hand is outstretched and her left hand is open. So she's holding the sword in her right hand, kind of looking down maybe at someone who's observing her or that she's interacting with, and wearing a beautiful emerald green cloak. So let's see what the book has to say about the Queen of Swords. So it says the widow, crying, mourning, strength and implacability. That's intense. Does she look like she's crying? What is she mourning? So there may be something that we're mourning, maybe that a way that we weren't able to express the mother archetype, or a loss that we're feeling. We're not able to be consoled. I always thought of queens as like very powerful or like positive cards, but this one seems to have a heaviness to it. And then the hermit energy is going off and into isolation, the inner journey, really looking within and shining that light within. Isolation, spirituality, abandonment, silence, chastity, separation from material goods, finding the answers within oneself, temptation and sacrifice. So in reverse, either, I'm getting two messages here. It's saying we need to spend more time alone in reflection to find our inner truth within ourselves, or we're coming out of a period where we were grieving the loss that this queen energy is representing. And we are coming back into more connection after a time of being more isolated, like the hermit. So depending on your own scenario, it could be either of those. The Ace of Swords has a crown on the sword. The sword is coming out with this hand from a cloud, kind of an isolated body part, holding a crown, representing triumph, power, conquest, and extolling of strength. But it came up in reverse. So we're not quite feeling as strong as we could be in expressing ourselves in terms of the mother archetype. And we still feel like we need to go on this journey to foreign lands to discover something about ourselves and that expression. Maturity, concreteness, shyness, renunciation. The interpretation of the cards is so delicate. I've definitely looked up the Eight of Chalices or Eight of Cups in other definitions, and it's talking about going out on a journey, and yet that's not mentioned here. So it seems like there's still something incomplete. This person is still longing for something and looking off into the distance, maybe hoping that he'll find or she'll find some aspect of herself as mother in a different arena. But the Three of Pentacles is all about hard work and applying oneself and being really good at a skill. So it seems like this triumph and victory of this card, the Ace of Swords, and owning our own power, is that we're very close to being able to embody that energy and that ownership. And we have mastered a skill and we are at work on this. But in terms of this longing for some other land and looking off into the distance, that's the energy I'm getting from that card. Kind of wishing there was something else, even though there are 8 chalices right here, it still seems like one is missing the way that they're placed. And so, but here's the knave coming in with communication, a fish that's swimming in the chalice, in the cup. Yeah, messenger, news, idea, or intention, intimacy, and words. So yeah, we still feel like there's something missing in our relationship to embodying this mother archetype. And there's a message, but it's being blocked. There's something, maybe Mercury retrograde or whatever. A message is wanting to come in, but it hasn't come in yet, and it's blocked because here it is in reverse. It seems like a lot of, yeah, okay, so if we read it like past, present, and future, it'd be like grieving something here and spending time in isolation, coming into victory, almost represented by mastery of skill and our hard work and dedication, yet still longing and looking off, feeling like something is missing and awaiting a message. Let's see. What do we want? How about an Osho? What's the main message here regarding our relationship, divine feminine and divine masculine, with the mother archetype and our embodiment and expression of it? What do we need to know right now to support us in fully integrating this archetype and expression into our 3-dimensional lives? Guidance seems to be one of our favorite Osho cards lately. So we are being supported and we are on our path. I always feel like this is saying like you're on the right track and you have this angel right here who's supporting you, and you have the wings, you have everything that you need. Let's see what this says here, if I'm accurate in what I was saying, or if there's another interpretation. It's the 3 of rainbows, which is pentacles. Oh, so that's basically like this is coming up twice. So the mastery. The angelic figure with rainbow colored wings on this card represents the guide that each of us carries within. Yes. Like the second figure in the background, we may sometimes be a little reluctant to trust this guide when it comes to us. Oh, it's so funny because I was interpreting it the other way around, that this was us and that was our angel guiding us, but they're saying the other way, this is the angel and we're hesitant. We are so accustomed to taking our cues from the outside rather than from the inside. This is saying, look within. The truth of your own deepest being is trying to show you where to go right now. And when this card appears, it means you can trust the inner guidance you are being given. It speaks in whispers, and sometimes we can hesitate, not knowing if we have understood rightly. But the indications are clear. In following the inner guide, you will feel more whole, more integrated, as if you are moving outwards from the very center of your being. If you go with it, this beam of light will carry you exactly where you need to go. This feels very aligned with the drawing as well. Sort of wavy and multicolored imagery. Yes. So trust your inner guidance. It's leading you exactly where you need to go. And that is the answer you've been looking for regarding your relationship with the mother archetype. So thank you. And that's it for today's reading. If you would like your own private reading, you can contact me via email, chloe@chloelauer.com. Send me some information about what's going on in your life, and I will tune in to the messages and share a reading with you that's just for you. So I hope you have a beautiful day in abundant love always. Bye.